More than a decade ago, a South Auckland mother of 5 started feeding the hungry children who came to her door. Today, Bronca Fox helps to feed hundreds of children and teenagers every day through her charity Angels Light Breakfast Club, which now operates in schools throughout the wider South Auckland area. Mania Clarke went along to Edmund Hillary Primary School to see how the breakfast club works, and she asked the organizer, Bronca Fox, where the idea for the club first came from.
I have to say God, because I sort of was pursuing some other area, and he just gave me just this vision. I actually saw it in my mind. And then over sort of the year, because I struggled with it for a year and I argued with God about it for a year, and I definitely didn't know the need. I didn't know that teachers were feeding children. And the final push really was members in our church used to pick up bread, I think it was once a month, and do a bread run around Papakura. And a lady that went to our church was a teacher, and she came and said, "Can we get some bread?" And then she said how teachers would take bread and some spreads in the morning for the kids. So my sister came to me, and that was sort of like God's final push, this is a real need, and you either need to get up and do it, or I'll get somebody else to get up and do it, It was I felt a real push. So from there I went to see the principal, and she just loved it. She really embraced us, and so went about getting money together, and we began on the 8th of October 2001.
Where is the Ministry of Angel Light established, and how are you supported?
Well, we looked at forming a trust, and at that time it just involved a bit of money and lawyers and that sort of thing, and we had nothing at that time. And then I heard about the Papakura Christian Services Trust, which was formed in the 80s by 9 different churches around Papakura to do something in the community. And the first big thing that they formed was a medical centre. And so I wrote to them and went to a meeting and asked, whether we could come under the umbrella. And it was basically really name, because I needed to belong to a trust. And then I think the first actual trust meeting that I went to, and reading the deed and the history, I just fell in love with it, because that's sort of what I'm about, I love, the going to church and learning about God and fellowship and all that, but then we need to be out, that's our church everywhere, and so, and I just loved how 9 different churches came together. They do things differently, but they're Bible-believing churches, and they put their differences aside and came together for the people.
What, if any, has been the response from teachers and parents about this program and how it's helping the children in their learning?
I don't know too much about parents, but teachers definitely, principals. The behaviour has changed, concentration levels, even heard, just assessments and tests and things like that had gone up. Because we've been going for 11 years, it's pretty normal now, but yeah, definitely in the beginning, and things like children stealing lunches went way down, and there was one particular child that had quite serious behavioural issues, and they really noticed a significant difference on those 3 mornings that he had breakfast, and that was the only change, is that we were on for breakfast. The volunteers just come on board because they have a passion to do what they do. So that pours into the children, you know, they know that they're loved and respected here. And, you know, I'll just keep on doing it as long as, well, yeah, I don't know, until God tells me otherwise.
How satisfying is that to hear feedback like that?
It's brilliant, brilliant, yeah. Because, yeah, they are our future. I can be having a horrid morning, come to these kids, and they really are like my blessing, you know? You can see their smiles, and I don't know, they inspire me, yeah.
What are your hopes for Angel Light and its future?
I guess, I mean, the nice thing is to feed children and help children, but my drive is God. He wants it done. I don't know the repercussions in the future, but I trust in him enough to know that he does. And so he's my drive. He's my drive even when I get bogged down with paperwork and life and everything. This is my job, you know. I don't get paid for it, but this is my job and I take it seriously because he's my employer.
Has God given you other dreams or aspirations that you'd like to pursue?
Yeah, the youth, you know, the older youth. Because I've been doing this nearly 11 years, and so the beginning kids are now older, and some have even been in prison and have got babies and drug addiction, alcohol, and also, you know, I see the ones that are still at school because we do a high school. I just love them. They even the rat bag ones. I think I love the rat bag ones a lot. I just see them as lost, and there's a lot, you know, and it really concerns me because they're the ones that are going to be looking after us. They're our future.
Ngā mihi ki a koe, Bronca. Thank you for talking to us today, and we wish you all the best for your ministry.
Thank you so much. Thank you.